Okay, so this video is going to be a part 3 continuation on my very popular video, which is on why women cannot be trusted. This is going to be a part 3. Now, we live in a society where many women are being harmed by other women, okay? It's not just men doing the harming. There are women who have children that they cannot feed because a woman in the workplace didn't like the fact that she wore red lipstick. So that woman got fired because her being herself triggered another woman, and now she cannot put food on the table to feed her kids because a woman gathered with other weak women to manipulate management to fire her. This is how dangerous it is, or it gets, when we don't talk about the behaviors of women and we give women passes and we put the spotlight on men all the time. Men are narcissists, men are sociopathic, men are psychopathic, men are abusive, men are manipulative, men like to gaslight, men are evil, men lie, men scheme, men plot. What do women do? They're sure not peace bearers. Women sure are not kind. So if men do all these things and they're all those things, what are women? Because from my observations, they're the exact same. They may do it in different ways, but they have the same categories of traits that I've mentioned: manipulative, condescending, narcissistic, scheming, plotting, sociopathic behavior, psychopathic, Machiavellian. They're all of that. They're all of that. It's just people are afraid to actually publicly say it because, it goes against this invisible code that you can never go online. You can keep bashing men, yeah, but I've been through too much with women to not tell the truth about their behaviors. And working in HR and working for women, I see what other women do to women, and it would be a disservice of me to not tell the truth. So women cannot not be trusted. They have no solidarity amongst each other, right? So women don't have solidarity with other women majority of the time. So if a male is involved, a woman will completely lose her loyalty and allegiance to you as a woman when a man is involved, okay? Women are male worshipers. They worship men in all ways. And when a man is involved, they will not stand with you or stand for you. They will actually harm you. Women are masters at twisting reality. That's why women get violent when a woman is telling the truth. You know, women like to put hands when they hear a woman telling the truth because women need to hear lies continuously in order to balance themselves. That's why a lot of times, not all spaces, in my space that's not the case, a lot of times spaces full of women, there's no progress because they're just lying to each other. They're all trauma bonding with one another. And the one woman that says, wait a minute, this guy did that to you 5 times and you went back a 6th time. So let's stop talking about the guy. You're the problem. They're going to beat that woman up or something like that. Or they're going to block her from the group chat because she's the only one that is not going to allow you to be a victim in every dimension and in every scenario. You are not a victim in every dimension and in every scenario. A lot of the repercussions and consequences that women get is because of something you did that you thought you were going to get away with and it didn't work. So now that the consequences fell in your lap, now you have to cry and play victim in order to get sympathy points. You want sympathy points. With women, there's a long history of destiny swapping. I always say women are major destiny swappers. Women like to build off of another person's work. That's why women are obsessed with high value woman content and femininity content, because they want to benefit off of a man's hard work. They just want to show up and reap the benefits. That is why women have a history of plagiarizing, destiny swapping, essence draining, replication, because women, since the beginning of time, are designed to benefit off of the hard work of another person. That's why they just want to be on the receiving end of the results of people's hard work, but they don't want to do the hard work themselves. They just want to receive it, right? They just want to be a part of it. They just want to have their name attached to it, but they don't want to actually do it, right?
If you don't resonate or align with my teachings, then my content is not for you. Avoid commenting, subscribing, or interacting. Instead, go to a page where you resonate. If you comment something foul, disrespectful, or like something foul or disrespectful, you will be blocked. I will also block you if you comment any contradictory to my message. I don't post for your agreement, so please think about that before you run and comment, I don't agree. Think about that. It doesn't matter. I post what I am led to post. Your agreement or okay was never needed. I don't need your permission. Let's get into it.
Earlier this year, I made a video on why women can't be trusted. It's one of the most popular videos on my page. It ranks 1 out of all of almost 700 videos on why women cannot and should not be trusted under any circumstances for your safety, for men and women's safety. Now, that video is a 3-part video. This is the 3rd part. I made that video based on my observations of women throughout my years up until this age. I believe in baselines. Men have a baseline. Women have a baseline. I'm a woman, which means I interact more with women, majority in close proximity. I do work with men, predominantly. My field is predominantly men, but I have studied women. I've observed women. I've watched women. I see the way women operate of all races and ages, and I've made my conclusions on them based on my findings. And it's very rare that a woman is the outlier from the conclusions that I've concluded about women. The only women who are outliers are women who are completely and totally self-actualized. And that's a small percentage of women, because in order to self-actualize as a woman, you have to be willing to hear the truth about your gender. Most women cannot accept the truth about female nature. So if you can't accept the truth, you can't make any changes. That's why I said it's only a tiny percentage of women that are self-actualized. The rest are all the same, because if you can't hear about you or your kind and make changes so you're not like them, then there's no self-actualizing that you're doing. And I can tell about a woman's character based on how they respond to videos like this that are talking about the female gender. Sigmund Freud did a lot, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce his name correctly. He did a lot of research on women, and I will be studying his research, and I will be posting my findings on some of the conclusions that he's made on the female gender. Okay? And based on his studies, I'll save that for another time. So why women can't be trusted. So I had a subscriber, a supporter, that sent me a tip in on my email to let me know that there was a content creator. Her first line of defense will be to lie. That's like Bible. You get caught, you lie. That's the first line of defense. You get caught, you lie. Most people don't fact check. You know, when I'm dealing with women, I fact check everything because I know that they lie repeatedly. So I have to do my due diligence to make sure that what I'm being told is reality and not something that the woman is making up to manipulate the situation. Which brings me to point 2, which is manipulation. So if you sit there and you say that my subscriber is a troublemaker and she's all these things, then why did you delete all of the divine messages? Why did you delete all the divine messages then if she's lying? Why would you take them down? But again, women do all the things that they say men do. Men are women's mirrors. Okay, that's why I've never gotten on the bandwagon of male bashing or creating my whole content about male bashing. No shade to the women that, you know, that's your thing, is you're like the feminism. That's fine, because I actually follow a couple of women that, you know, are more, I guess, feminism or feminists, and, you know, they do a lot of their content talking about male behaviors, and I follow them and I support them because I want to learn, you know, about the male behaviors too from a woman who has done the observational work on it. So I will give them their flowers for that, because, you know, doing your observational work on an opposite sex, that takes dedication, right? Because you're not living life in man. You're not a man. So it's more difficult. Like, I don't talk about male friendship because I'm not a man. I don't have male friends. So I don't know how men operate on one another. I don't know that. So I'm always going to give flowers to women that actually observe men from the outside looking in. But I don't do content that revolves around male bashing or how awful men are and all this stuff, because I think men and women are the same. I think that women, when they meet men, they're going to meet their mirror, right? You're going to meet a mirror of you. But this time, you're going to meet it in the body of somebody that you want approval from, right? Because men respect men. Women respect men. Women don't respect women, right? Because I hate to take it there, but the difference between men and women is men actually respect men. Men don't, right? Men respect men. Men want men's approval, right? Because men, whatever they do, it's to impress other men, right? Because men respect men. Women do not respect each other. They respect men, but they don't respect each other. And they pay the price for that in relationships, because all of the positive loyalty, love, care, and nurture that you should be bringing to women, and all of the solidarity that you should have with women, because men do have solidarity. That's why we're in a patriarchy. The solidarity and loyalty that you should be bringing to women, you don't do that. You don't even like women. You bring it to men. And then you regret it when they don't give you, when you really just get dragged, you just get dragged by your lace front, really. Because again, it's that cognitive dissonance where you dislike what looks like you, right? You dislike other women, you hate other women, you have no solidarity with other women, you want to destroy other women, but then you get with a man. And now you give him love, you give him nurture, you give him this, you respect him, you honor him. But it starts with you. That's the problem. Men respect other men. Men do not change their lives when they get with a woman. They don't stop hanging out with their guy friends when they start hanging out with a woman. They don't start lowering their single friends when they get married to a woman, but you do that. When you get with a man, now you're too good for your single friends, right? You hang out with women until you're no longer single, right? Now that you're in a relationship, you done used her up and you threw her out, but yet you get upset when men use you and throw you out. So who's the narcissist in this scenario? Which goes back to my findings. A lot of the things that women do, it's the same thing that men do to them. But because they're women, and a lot of women are entitled, they feel like it's wrong when it's done to It's wrong when a man does it to them, but it's not wrong when you do it to another woman. It's wrong when a man dismisses you, but it's not wrong when you dismiss another woman. It's wrong when a man gaslights you, but it's not wrong when you gaslight another woman the same way that subscriber tried to gaslight. Just like that woman tried to gaslight my subscriber. She called you. So regardless of what happens with them, men still have a code that they abide by. That's why you can think you're cool with your male coworkers, but you'll notice how sometimes when you go up to them and all four of them are standing, they'll switch the conversation when a woman comes in, right? Because they have their own code. They have their own thing that they talk. They have their own thing that they want to do, but they have their own. They have their own stuff going on, right? That they don't want you to be a part of, because they have their own solidarity, right? And they're not going to throw each other under the bus in the name of a woman. Men don't do that, but women will throw women under the bus in the name of men. And I've seen those behaviors. I've observed it. I've gotten to the bottom of it. I've concluded it. Women can't change my mind on it. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean that you're not going to experience what I'm saying in your day-to-day life, but men have a code. Men have a code. That's why women will fight each other over a guy that they have in common. And you guys are beating each other up, and where is he? On a date with the next woman. Or him and the other man are laughing at you guys and laughing at the video of you guys arguing, and they have a whole group chat laughing at you, fighting over them. And they're just laughing like, do you think she's going to pick me, or you think she's going to pick you? It's like you're a joke to them. They don't even take you seriously. But you're sitting here hopping on planes, going to a woman's house to unalive her over a man that's laughing at you in the group chat. But that is how much women are disconnected from one another. They don't have a code. They don't have a solidarity. They don't have that. So they take things to the extreme, the things that they do. And I've come to this conclusion, and it's why my patience and it's hard for me to give women the benefit of the doubt. It's very difficult because I know what I know. And I know that a lot of the things that women do, it's highly intentional. You'll really get an apology when they get caught or they don't get away with it. That's really when they're sorry all of a sudden. They're sorry when there's a consequence, right? The same way. So anytime there's like a man involved or it's sexual competition, women will lie and tell you, I don't care about how a woman looks. I don't care who a woman is dating. I don't care, all this stuff. But women will rarely be able to control themselves when they feel like you are above them in any particular category, and they will act on that, and they will conjure up, whether it's spiritually or physically, they will conjure up darkness, negativity, lies, reputation damage, whatever it is that they need to do to come against that particular woman. And women are very manipulative in the way that they do it. I do not become a victim of women's manipulation because I know their characters. So it doesn't work on me. But they will become manipulative in their pursuit to either swap with a woman, take a woman's place, create a narrative about a woman so she's no longer viewed as desirable. And if you're not smart, you will allow women to make you a pawn for whatever sick agenda they have in their mind towards another woman. And the agenda is usually very sick, by the way. And the extent that they will go is very disgusting. And you have to be able to be aware of these traits that women possess so that you don't allow their wickedness essentially to suck you in, because now you will always also be a receiver of the get back because you aligned with that woman. The reality is, some men, your mother really is the problem. Your mom is bullying your wife. She is, and she does very nasty things to your wife, and she bullies your wife, and she ostracizes your wife, and she weaponizes you against your wife and turns it into a miniature competition because she's secretly envious of your wife. There are mothers, you know that your man touched your daughter. And because you are so embedded in these traits that I'm talking about, you will see that your man tried to touch your daughter. You'll see it in the cameras. You'll get the proof of it. And you're gonna flip the story and you're gonna say that your daughter, she has hot panties, she's hot in the pants. She got Tabasco panties. You're gonna tell her she's hot in the pants and you're gonna kick her out because
you have to be willing to weaponize your masculinity as a woman. Masculinity is not bad. Masculine energy is not bad. I don't know why people keep saying that. Masculine energy is the ability to reach a goal. Masculinity is what? Goal-oriented, structurally, orderly, being able to show up on times, precision, logic, rationality. Nothing about that is bad. So with the October spooky season coming around and holiday season, make sure you guys are okay being the villain. Yes, villainhood is a real thing, and that's what this class is going to talk about. We are going to speak on the characteristic traits and approaches you have to take when you are no longer living your life to be accepted and validated by people while accepting their bad behavior. Sometimes being the protector in your book looks like being a villain in another person's book. It's all a psychological mind game. If you don't choose yourself, if you don't choose your happiness, if you are not unapologetically you and winning without feeling apologetic about it, guess what? People are going to view you as a villain. But if you already walk in villainhood, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to be a good class, especially in conjunction with weaponizing your masculinity. You have to get comfortable with being viewed as a villain. You need a strong mental mind to accept people villainizing you because you are being and doing your best.